right. Hey, welcome back, guys. All right, Libras, just to let you guys know, you guys have another video that will break at 7 a.m. tomorrow. It's a very interesting one. It was still busy processing, so that's going to come out for you guys tomorrow, okay? But we'll see. We'll see. I don't know if this one will have anything to do with that other message, but we are starting here with the Chariot. This is that root chakra as well, and we can see this ghostly Chariot is riding forward, and she's standing here in either like ash that is falling or snow. This could be an indicator that somewhere around winter time there will be somebody approaching. And I'm thinking this is somebody who's intending to stay. This is somebody who's going to want to build something very serious. It seems like there's like a disbelief on this. It actually feels like, if anything, maybe Libra's at this point where they're like, I don't wait on anyone. I'm very peaceful at this point. I'm peaceful thinking that things are the way they are. Again, we have the root chakra and we have the Temperance card. So I'm going to say that, by the way, Libra could have like medium length, kind of like naturally wavy brownish hair, possibly also reddish hair, or somebody who like puts red highlights in brownish hair, or vice versa. But it feels like Libra is kind of like, yeah, whatever. I'm okay with things. I found my peace. My life is very good. I'm very spiritual. I don't really hold my breath waiting for somebody to magically show up in my life. We have a Princess of Coins. Yeah, Libra's in a great place. Their heart is actually doing really well. Their energy is really balanced, even though they have turned away from this idea that somebody is showing up in their world, at least in this storyline. But I think by first, like snowfall, I feel like there is somebody coming into Libra's world. But right now, doesn't matter. Libra's actually not even thinking that far ahead. Libra's just in their present energy. Libra could have a lot of houseplants, by the way. They may be really good at growing houseplants, or they could have decorated. I'm seeing somebody has like white roses and like a sagey green, like decorated like room, or this could be fake roses, or somebody who has like, decorated like around their hearth or something in their house with like, ivy and like white roses, or that's like their color theme somewhere in their house is like cream or white with, sage green or deeper green. But it just feels like maybe Libra is really enjoying the color green anyway, just because it's heart chakra oriented. I know we start out with all that root chakra and the red, but this just feels like Libra's heart is really blossoming, really growing, and they're looking for more soothing color tones when they talk to people. Also, I think that Libra has a really nurturing, really soothing vibe that they share with other people, which is just beautiful to see. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look, though. If that's the energy Libra's in, awesome. I'm glad that they're there. I'm glad that they're in that head space, heart space, that energy space. Okay, we're going to get these couple decks. Let's turn our attention now to what is that Chariot representing? Chariot that is approaching from, I'm going to say, let's see, from the east. We have Queen of Swords. Okay, so that Chariot has destination of I'm marrying Libra. And I'll say that because here's our Libra, the Queen of Swords, in a wedding dress. Now, I don't read for genders, so bear in mind this Libra, although they keep coming up as a feminine, could certainly still be a masculine in just feminine energy. And of course, we all have both energies within us. We have the Fates. This is the Wheel of Fortune. This is somebody who's like, again, destination Libra. They feel like they are destined to marry Libra, whomever this is. We did just bring in some Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio into this as well. Nine of Pentacles. Look, whomever this is, they are getting their money right. They are sure that they have something wonderful to offer. They are sure that in just a little tiny more time, and they'll be able to like be very mobile. They'll have enough money. They'll have enough personal freedom. They'll be able to, I feel like they would have to travel to get to Libra, but in just a little bit more time, they would be able to approach Libra. Queen of Wands. If this is somebody who either had to like announce that I'm headed toward Libra, or they see Libra as both the person they're going to marry, but also the person they're going to have to woo and convince to marry them, they may have talked to like a mother figure, or, somebody to be like, okay, how should I approach Libra? Like, here's my intentions. This is what I'm going to do. I kind of keep thinking that they have somebody who knows this, who's not saying anything about this to Libra. They might have even talked to like Libra's best friend, or said, I'm going to be approaching Libra in the next couple months. I'm hoping you can maybe let me know, if it's a good time, or maybe you could even help smooth, grease the wheels so I could get to Libra. We have a Two of Swords. I definitely feel like this could be somebody talking to Libra's friend or sibling or something like that, because it's like Libra's blocked me. But the thing is, they don't know that I have something amazing to offer. And I really would like to be able to talk to Libra, and I don't know how else to approach them. Could you help me approach when the time comes? Because I'm still blocked, I think. Okay, hang on. Why do you think that Libra has blocked you? Two of Pentacles. They're like, well, maybe at one point I blocked Libra too. Maybe this wasn't going well. I don't know. This is the Two of Pentacles. And it's either they're saying because that I just know Libra, and I know that Libra blocks you when it's like, hey, you need to take care of yourself right now. So here, I'll make it easier for you. I won't be accessible. It feels like it was not an unfair thing. It was like a balancing act for Libra, but we have like this gut instinct. Then we have this bird here where the head should be. The bird is actually in skeletal form. I'm thinking that they haven't talked to Libra in a while. And that's probably because Libra said, I don't think this is a good idea. I don't see me needing to hold space for you or something. I kind of feel like Libra let this person go. What have you been up to, person? The Lovers and the Judgment card. They have been very focused on how they're going to get back into Libra's life. In this time frame, yes, they had things that they did not tell Libra. We see them with a little chest that's made of the House of Cards. We see both people, though. They never really got comfortable with Libra. Maybe they didn't feel comfortable enough to be vulnerable with Libra, but I also wonder if Libra was a little bit the same, although certainly Libra seems to have like opened up a little bit more to them. If your chest is made out of a House of Cards, you know that this person is fragile and delicate. The fact that they both have masks, and their higher selves are the ones trying to have dialogue, conversation. But I really think it was like the wrong time. Like two people met each other at the wrong time. Things were not stable enough. There wasn't enough structure at the time. But with this Judgment card, they have been thinking all this time about Libra. I don't see that this is somebody who went out and was like, oh, maybe I'll find somebody else. And if I don't, then maybe I'll cycle back around to Libra. Not at all. We're not dealing with a scoundrel in this story. We're dealing with somebody who's pretty much had their sights set on Libra all this time, even though it does feel like they met at the wrong time. We've got this angel who kind of flew away also. And, we've got all these little skeletons here. It almost feels like, damn, why did I have to meet Libra right now when I know none of this is going to work, when I know I'm too fragile, when I know maybe neither one of us is completely ready to be this vulnerable? Remember at the beginning we said, well, Libra's in a great place. They're super balanced. They're super, their heart is healed. They're, chatty. They're comfortable. They're loving. All of those things are so great. But I don't know if that's how Libra was before either. It kind of looks like both of these characters had, some fragility, some delicate energy around them for a period of time at least. And now everything feels so much better. It feels so much stronger, and so much more like now we could take a second run at this. But they're really hoping that someone will like give them a little bit of an assist in, I want to talk to Libra. It feels like it's going to be quite a surprise for Libra anyway. This feels like it could come out of left field. But let me ask, does Libra have any thoughts or emotions about them? Six of Swords, Three of Pentacles. If anything, I think Libra has moved on from the situation. You notice that they both We see them undressed here, but they're again like in mannequin shape, not real nudity or anything. But they are sharing this bottle of moon. I really think Libra's like, you know what? I wasn't really ready to open up to them. A lot of things would have needed to have been different. I've moved on from the thought of this because honestly, you know, I know this is somebody who I liked and who liked me, but we had too much that we were unwilling to like reveal about ourselves to one another. There was too much that we never got around to exploring about each other. I don't really feel like I got to know them very well. We were always kind of too polite with each other to really build a bond. And so it's just kind of like in my rearview mirror now. I moved on from this. Everything in Libra's life just seems better now. I really think that both characters at one point in time were not in a place where they felt like they could be vulnerable with each other. They just weren't. Maybe they were, at a difficult phase of both of their lives. Maybe these two, I keep feeling like they looked at each other as strangers. Even if they were drawn to each other, there was an awkwardness that they didn't know how to bridge that gap. They never got to the point of like really talking about, super serious stuff, or at least Libra felt like they never got real serious conversation out of this individual. That part we can see here for sure. But why is it that this character is so sure that I'm not only coming back to Libra, but Libra is a person I want to marry, especially if we had such a delicate situation before? How is it that they're so certain that, yeah, but Libra's my person? We have the Fool, and I have to cover this up. This person is like leaving this room, and they're mooning whomever is in this room. That's what I have to cover up. They've written, messages on the wall. They have some big scary person here hiding behind the door like the boogeyman. Whatever this was, this person was very scared at one point in time. They felt trapped at one point in time. And they're finally like able to like thumb their nose at the past and now feel like they can reveal their full life story. Feel like now I can just go ahead and I can talk openly to Libra. It does feel like they were either stuck somewhere, trapped somewhere. Now that they're not, they're like, are you kidding me? I'm going to live the life I've always wanted to live. I'm not afraid of anything. Nobody has, authority over me. I'm mooning whoever did. I just kind of wonder if this person couldn't bring themselves to get really real and serious with Libra because maybe they had some stuff they weren't proud of. Maybe they had somebody else that was, puppeting them, calling the shots over their life. I already said it felt like it was not the right timeline. Sure enough, we have that Wheel of Fortune that was in the reverse. So once upon a time, it was not the right time for them to try being with Libra at all. This was, you notice they're in like fetal position. They're stressed to the max. This is not somebody who was ready to, and actually we have this little tiny authority figure right there, sitting there like the little tyrant, the little king overseeing everything. I don't know what this was. Maybe this person was like stuck in a contract or something and their life was not their own and it was not something that they wanted to admit to. So even if they loved Libra, it was like, yeah, but I mean, I'm literally almost working in like indentured servitude, or, I owe, money to my folks. And so I have to be here to, pay them off and pay them back. But it feels like somebody was taking advantage of them. And maybe they didn't want to say that. They didn't want to explain that my life's not my own right now. And I'm being taken advantage of, which is preventing me from being able to like proudly walk forward. I feel like their money was not their own, because that Nine of Pentacles that they now have and the divine timing that is in their favor now, and the fact that they can contemplate marrying somebody. This is very much like they already know if they want to marry Libra. But I do not think that their life was their own before, or that they had enough money to even pursue Libra openly and honestly. I don't see any of that having worked out for them. This looks very much like it would have been quite the reverse. Like their life just was not conducive to building and growing what they wanted to. Now that it is, now that they have their freedom, we have the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. They're no longer, I think they were destitute. I wonder if they, took out a loan from like family or somebody, and then they had to pay that back, which, comes with a lot more than just money. If it's family, we owe them, all kinds of additional, like, let me be there for you. Let me help you out. Mom, pops. Okay. Apparently now my life is like, I have gifted it back to my family. And I'm going to have to rebuild everything that I have in my own autonomy slowly. Well, that's done. That's done. They don't have to feel like the bottom dropped out of their world anymore, and then they're beholden to someone else for their very, meals that they're going to eat. So now they can start thinking about having their own life again, having, a love story, pursuing the person that they want to pursue, offering a real relationship to Libra. I just don't think it was possible before. And so I think both Libra and this person, they never got to like really explore what a real relationship would have felt like or been like. They may have had passion. They may have had physical connection, right? Because the Lover's card is there. But the real depth of intimacy of like knowing the inner workings of, like if you're going to marry somebody, now you're going to talk about your finances. You're going to talk about every little detail. You're not hiding anything from each other. You're sharing things. You're sharing, finances. You're sharing support of one another. I just don't think that Libra and this person ever got to that level before. But now it could happen. The fact that Libra does not count on this, is not thinking about this, and is okay with that, to me says they're not mad at this person, nor are they expecting this person to show back up. It's just not really on Libra's radar at the moment. But let's just see. Would Libra be all right hearing from them again? 8 of Pentacles and the Devil. So here's the thing. Yes, Libra would like another run at this one. Would they? I know it's the Devil, but I gotta say, Libra's like, oh, that person's really hot. Look, there is still a very lusty vibe between Libra and this person, on their mind and on Libra's mind. Libra's like, I wonder if we could work on more than just the lust this time. But yes, if I heard from them and we had more substance, yes. I mean, I'm sure I'm still always going to be attracted to them. That's just how it goes. But as far as like building something together, building trust together, I don't doubt we could still have great intimacy, but could we build something more? Well, time would tell. None of this feels like Libra would be averse to hearing from this character, even though they've thought, I'm going to need somebody to help me like grease the wheels and hope that Libra will talk to me, because I think Libra has, blocked me with that 2 of Swords. It doesn't look like that though. Did Libra ever block them? Truly? We saw Libra just moved on from them. No, we have the 2 of Swords in the reverse. I'm asking about the 2 of Swords upright and we get it in the reverse. Libra didn't block them. They just assumed that Libra would probably not want to talk to them anymore, probably because they didn't offer something significant and serious and open and real last time they were around Libra. It's just they're mistaken about how Libra has interpreted all of this. Libra's in a great space. Their life is stable. And they don't lie to themselves. This Libra knows, yeah, of course I'd still be attracted to that person. This doesn't feel like any storyline where somebody hurt somebody, lied to them, tried to, cause them grief. And maybe that's why we don't have that bad, sour taste in Libra's mouth. This is more like, well, we never really got things off the ground. If we could do it now, sure. That sounds like something I would want still. All right, I'm going to leave that there. Thank you for hanging out. Bye.